ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णा प्रेम प्रदायिने कृष्णाय कृष्णा चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। पंचतत्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकं। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरभक्तवृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। जन्माद्यस्य तोऽन्वयादितरतश्चार्थसुभिज्ञस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्म हृदयादिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः। तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। स्वस्ति अस्तु विश्वस्य खलः प्रसीदतां ध्यायन्तु भूतानि शिवं मिथो धिया मनस्य भद्रं भजतादधोक्षजे आवेश्यतां नो मतिरप्यहेतुके। Reading from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, canto 10, chapter 56, verse number 21. In the previous class we studied how Satyajit he got Samantak Mani by the blessings of Surya Devata, sun god, and then Krishna approached him that he should give it to Ugrasena, but Satyajit did not agree. And then it is described that Prasena, his brother, wore the gem and went to forest where he was killed by lion. and that lion was killed by Jambavan. And then there was a rumor that Krishna has killed and taken the gem. So this news also came to Krishna, and he wanted to clear his name from this false news. So therefore he goes to the forest accompanied with some of his associates, and they see that Prasenjit was killed along with his horse by a lion. Then they trace the footprints of the lion, and they see that even he was killed by a bear, and then they trace the bear to the cave. And then Krishna goes inside the cave, leaving everyone else on the gate. So when he goes inside, then he sees.
I think we didn't read that. I think we started at 16.
16, I thought it's. Okay, I thought we did that. Okay. Anyway, so then. Okay. Because there are no commentaries, so I flipped one extra page. There's hardly any commentary. Okay, so then there was this rumor going around against Krishna. That's where we stopped. So now verse number 17 describes Bhagavan stadupshrutya duryasho liptamatmani Mashtum prashena padvim anvapadyat nagaraihi. So when Bhagavan Sri Krishna heard this rumor against him that he has killed Satyajit's brother and taken the gem, so he wanted to clear it off because he has not done it. So therefore he searched for Prasenjit in the forest accompanied by some other people from the city. And there is no comment on this. So Hatam Prasenam Ashvam cha Viksha Kesharina Vane Tam Chadri Prishte Nihatam Rikshena Dadrishur Jana. So then they saw that Prasen, he was killed along with his horse by a lion in the forest. So they saw his dead body and also the horse. And then they moved from there, tracing the line. So on the bottom of the mountain, the valley, they saw that even he was killed by a bear. Nihatam Rikshena Dadrishur Jana. So people went in search and they saw that even the lion was lying dead by the bear. So it's a surprise, but this was not an ordinary lion, bear. It was Jambavan, who will give a tough fight to Krishna also. So what to speak of lion? So Riksharaja Bilam Bhimam Andhena Tamsavritam Eko Vivesha Bhagwan Avasthaya Bahihi Praja. So then they searched for the bear, this Jambavanta, and they came to his cave, his bill. He was living inside cave, and it was dark. There was no electricity inside the cave. These days there are some caves, but they put electricity. You can go and visit some big caves. So it was dark and terrifying to enter inside, because tamsa, andhena tamsa vratam means absolutely dark. So then Krishna, he told other people to stay out, avasthapya bahi, and then he entered himself alone, that is, stay and I will search. So tatra drishtva mani shreshtam balakridanakam kritam hartum kritamatis tasmin avatasthe arbhaka antike. So when he entered inside, he saw that one child was playing with the gem like a toy. So Jambavan had no purpose for this. So he just gave it to the child, that look, I got a nice toy for you from the mall today. You can play with this. So the child was playing with that. And then Krishna was standing there because he wanted to take the gem so that he can go and give it back to Satyajit. So Hartum Krita Matis Tasmin Avatasteyer Bhakantike. He planned how to take the gem from the child, and therefore he stood there quietly. He knows how to steal, but he did not steal now. He is grown up. So the child started shouting. He got terrified. Tamapurvam naram drishtva dhatri chukros bhitavat tachrutva bhadravat kruddho Jambavan balinam vari. So the maidservant, when he saw this human being, then she raised alarm, chukrosha, as if she was terrified by looking at him, bhitavat. And when Jambavan heard this, who was very powerful physically, so he got very angry and he came running. That what is this? Who has come? So bhitavata chukrosha iti harer jihirsham eva alaksha ityartha vastutastu na bhita tad darshan subhavena eva anandodayat. So here the word used is bhitavat. It's not saying that she was terrified, but says that as if she was terrified. So he comments on that. Says that she was not terrified by seeing Krishna, but she was terrified that he may steal. Says Krishna is beautiful and very nice looking, and everyone who looks at him feels happy. There is no question of fear from him. But she thought that he is going to snatch the gem. That's why she was scared. And that's why she shouted loudly, "Thief, thief, thief, come." So then he came running. Says, how is the thief came here in the forest? So now it is very interesting that he is a bear, and then there is a maidservant who is a human being, and he also has a daughter who is a human being. So is it only his name is bear, or he was actually a bear? Because you can also have name like that. So this is some mysterious thing, because he is called Rikshraj, he is called the king of the rickshaws. Riksha means bear. So he is described as a bear, but he is talking, and the maidservant is also talking, and the daughter is actually walking on 2 feet, not only talking, and gives birth to a human child, Samba. So, but his name is Jambavan, like Jumbo, He's big. The word Jambu comes from this Jumbo jet, right? So he's big, strong. That's why Jambavan. Jambavan means who has many jumbos. This is Matu Pratyaya. Savai Bhagavata Tena Yudhe Swaminat Manaha Purusham Prakritam Matva Kupito Nanubhavavit. So now he did not know that Krishna is actually his master, because Jambavan was with Bhagavan Ram. He was along with Hanuman, Sugriva, Angada, Jambavan. So they all were together and they all fought against Ravana and his army. He was also there. At the time he was young, now he is old, but is still living. Some people lived from that period.
Jambavan was old at that time also. Jambavan was old during Ramayana also. He could not cross the ocean. And How old he actually was? 3 yugas he has lived.
Well, now we can say he is old. So, but he is very powerful. That is the main thing. So he is fighting. Because he was not satisfied with this fight there. So he needed a fight. So Krishna said, okay, I will give you a fight. And Krishna was also not satisfied with all these other fights. So therefore they fight. So they're fighting. And he does not know that Krishna is Ram. So therefore he says, Yudhe Swamina Atmane. He is fighting with his own master. Why? Purusham Prakritam Matva. He is thinking him to be some material being, not that he is God. So Kupito Nanu Bhavit. So he was angry, not knowing the strength of Krishna. So now he will get a lot of beating. Then he will realize that, okay, who is he? So Prakritam Matva Kupita iti. So thinking of him as material person, that's why he was angry. Keshi Chanura Kamsa Jarasandhadi Bhir Alpa Baler Bhagavato Yuddha Sukham Kvapi Nabhut Atah Samabalena Swabhrityena Tena Saha Yudsor Bhagavato Yuddha Sukha Siddhi Arthamev. So he says that when Krishna fought with Keshi, Chanura, Kamsa, Jarasandha, he did not get much pleasure of fighting with them because they were not very strong. Kamsa died, Krishna did not do anything. Chanura, Mustika, little bit fight was there, but not so much. Keshi, he just put his hand in his mouth, he died. So now he is fighting with his devotee who is powerful. So, and the devotee is also fighting with him because he wants to give him some pleasure of fight. And you fight with equally powerful, then only you get pleasure. If the other person is too weak, then there is no fun in that. So tad bhakta Jambavate api Purvam Ravan Sena Bhirapi Samyak Viraras Sukham Apraptavate Tat Sukhi Purti Danart. And his devotee Jambavan also, when he previously fought with the army of Ravana, he did not feel satisfied. His Virrasa did not become excited much. So therefore Krishna is giving pleasure to him by giving him a combat, and in this way is giving pleasure to him. So Leela Shaktya Yog Maya Dwara Bhaktam Api Jambantam Prati Tan Madhuri Avarnam Gayam. So therefore Leela Shakti of Bhagwan, she covered the sweetness of Krishna towards Jambavanta so that he does not recognize him. And therefore Krishna appeared just like another human being to him. So this is how Krishna and his devotees are. The devotee wants to give pleasure to him, Bhagavan, and Bhagavan also wants to give pleasure, and that's the play, that's their krida. So therefore now they will fight. So another fight is coming. We just saw another fight before. Now new fights, fight of Sambrasura and Pradyumna. Before that fight of Rukmani's brother. Now fight of Jambavan. So Dvandva Yuddham Sutumulam Ubhyor Vijigishatoho Ayudhashma Drumair Dorbhi Kravyarthe Sheniyoriva. So there was a duel between two of them, and it was very ferocious because each one was eager to win over the other person. So like freestyle wrestling. So they kick left. Freestyle you can do anything. Roman Greco style there are many rules. But freestyle You can do what you like to do. So this was Dvandva Yuddha like that. So Ayudha Ashma Drumai Dorbhi Kravyarthe Shenyoriva. First they fought with weapons. Then they are throwing stones at each other. Then they took out trees, uprooted the trees and fighting with the trees. Now they are fighting simply with the arms. Mushta Mushti. Remember this game? So this is game. So they are just punching each other. And just like two vultures fighting over a piece of meat. So like that they fought with each other. So kravyarthe, amisharthe. Kravya means meat. Asit tadashta vinshaham mitraitara mushtibhi vajra nispesha parushair avishramar maharnisham. So how many days did they fight? They fought 28 days. And they fought not like Bhima and Jarasandha will fight later on, story will come. But when Bhima and Jarasandha were fighting, they will fight during the daytime, then they go home, they will have dinner together, and they will relax, and then next day morning after breakfast, then they'll start fighting again. And they'll fight till evening, no lunch. And then again they will break. And they also went on like this. I don't know if 27 days or something. So here it is 28, should be 27 generally. One extra. And they're hitting each other with their fist, boxing, without gloves. There were no gloves in those days. Of course, the bear has got his paw and Krishna has got his fist. So they are hitting each other wherever they can get the chance to hit the other person. And it was very strong hitting, Vajra Nirpesha Parushair. Just like hitting with a thunderbolt. Thunderbolt is very powerful, it breaks the stones. That's how Indra cut the mountains into pieces. And they fought 28 days non-stop. This fight went on day and night, day and night, day and night. No drinking water, no going to bathroom, nothing. So this was not only fighting but also fasting. Because there was no break at all. And nobody came to stop them. And come on, relax, have some food, then you can fight. No, he says aharnisam, day, night, no sleeping, no eating. So this is called mukti. Right? When someone becomes liberated, in the Upanishad it is said that they get this 8 qualities. No hunger, no thirst, no sleep. So no eating, no drinking, ajigitsa, pipasha, right? So like that. And no sleeping also, like Ekadasi, Vrata. So 28 days is a lot. So a lot of beating. So Aštavimsa ahamiti arsham, this is RCS says, Aštavinshiti dinani vyapya ratrishu api yuddha praptyarthamaha. So 28 days and also at night, therefore says aharnisham. Tatrapi kshanmatrasya api vishramasya abhavarthamaha avishramam iti nispesho nirghata. And there also they went on fighting without any relaxation, no break. So therefore it says avishramam. And nispesha means nirghata, Nirghata is lightning. So that's how it went on. So finally, Jambavan, his body started aching after getting so much beating. So Krishna Mushti Vinispata Nispishtango Rubandhana Kshina Sattva Svinna Gatra Stamaha Tiva Vismitaha. So when he got beaten for 28 days like this with the fist of Sri Krishna, all his joints started aching. His knees, his elbows, his shoulders, everything there was a pain. He was not able to take it anymore. And he fell weak. Krishna was still going on. He says, no problem. And he was sweating, Svinna-gatra, because they have long hair anyway. So they'll sweat more. Svinna-gatra, tamahativ. But he was very surprised. How is that this person is not getting tired and is going on and on fighting with me? So then he realized that he is not a human being. How can somebody fight with me like this? So he must know this. Jambavan, is he coming from Brahma? What is his lineage? I forget. He's also, I don't know if he's, whose son is he? So jane tvam sarva bhutanam prana oja saho balam Vishnum Purana Purusham Prabha Vishnum Adhishwaram. Brahma? Yeah, I thought so. So jane tvam sarva bhutanam, he says, I know that you are the prana oja saho balam, that you are the life air, you are the mental power, you are the sensory power, you are the physical power of all living beings. Why? Because you are Vishnu, Purana Purusha, the oldest being. Prabha Vishnu Madhishwaram. So you are most powerful and you are the Lord and Master of everything. So finally, he understood that he is fighting with Ram, because he knows Ram. Nisprishtani anganam uruni bandhanani sandhisthanani yasyasa. So uru here means the uru bandha means the sandhisthan, the joints. So they all got smashed. And yasyasa matta adhik balo mat prabhu Sri Ramam bina anneti. So he says that except for my master Ram, there is nobody who is more powerful than me. Prachina nirdhara ayam kim saeva iti ati vismita. So this he knew already from the past, that the only person who can defeat him in combat is Bhagavan Ram. And therefore he was surprised that is he really is come here? Because he did not know that he is here. So therefore he thought about it, and then it became certain to him that it is him only and no one else. Because there is no one else who can fight with him like this. Tvam hi vishvasrajam srashta srijyanamapi yaccha sat kalah kalyatam ishah parayatma tathatmatam. So now he starts praising him, recognizing him as Vishnu. So tvam hi vishvasrajam srashta. You are the creator of the creators. So Vishvasraja is Brahma and Krishna is creator of him. Therefore Vishvasrajam srashta. And Srijyanamapi yaccha sat. And you are the strength power of whatever is produced. Everything which comes, Sirja means the created things. Their Sat, their essence, their power is you. And Kalaha Kalayatami, Isha, and you are the Kala, that which controls everything. So, Kala is Kalayati iti Kala, that which swallows everything, which controls everything. That is Kala, and he is the master of that. Kala Kalayatamisha, Parayatma Tathatma. And you are the Atma of the Atma. You are the Aham Atma Gudakesha Sarvabhutashya Sthita. So he is the Atma of the Atma, means he is the source of consciousness. Sarvabhutanam Anantakoti Brahmandavartinam ya pranaha ekatraiva punji bhuto yadi syat tad visheshascha. So he says that all the lives, all the life here of all the living beings in all the unlimited Brahmandas, if that is put in one place, that is you. In fact, you are more than that, tad visheshascha. Because oja saho balam prithak, prithak indriya mano deha samarthyam. So these words are used many times, they come together. So oja is the power of the senses, saha is the power of mind, bala is the power of the body. So yadi ekikritam bhavet tadapi tadabhutitvat. So all the strengths of all everybody's bodies, senses, minds, if it is, can be put together, then that is only just some fraction of the power of Krishna. So therefore you are supremely powerful. Yad ekikritam bhavet tadapi tadvibhutitvat Tvameva aham jane. He says, that's how I recognize you now. Ekasya bhutasya mam balena tad balam patangena garudaiva katham varyatam iti bhava. So the meaning is that you are having the strength more than all the living entities combined, and I am just a living being. So how that I can conquer over you? You are Vishnu. So Vishnu means all-pervading, which enters into everything. Vispraveshni dhatu. So you are all-pervading, and I am just one limited being, so I am the pervaded. Ekaha Purana Purusham aham arvachina Purusha. And you are Purana Purusha, you are the oldest person, and I am just modern being. Prabha Vishnu aham prabhavhina. You are Prabha Vishnu, means you have all the pravas and I have no power. Adhishwaram, you are the supreme leader, controller, and I am the controlled. So that is your strength. And Vishwasrijam Brahmadinam api Shrashta. So you are the creator of the creators such as Brahma, etc. But I am only created by Brahma. So how can I compare you? Compare with you. Tai Shrishtanam api Vishvesham Yat Sat Karnam Tat Tvameva. And then whatever is created by the creators, you are also the Sat of that. So Sat here means the cause. So you are the cause of all that. Natu te visvasashtaro api brahmadeva. It is not that they are the cause of it, because it is Vishnu who actually creates the Panch Tattvas first himself, the unmixed ones, and later on they get mixed up, and then Brahma uses them to create. So therefore you are the original source. So although they are called the cause, but their cause, he says, is Vishwasya Karnamata Pishtapes Nyayaneva Te Vishwasya. So he says it is just like, this is called Pishtapeshana Nyaya. Means something is already made paste. Pishta means paste. And then someone gives you the paste and tells you, please make paste out of it. So then you also take the pestle and rotate it. But it is already paste. So you are pasting the paste. So he says like that, you are the actual creator and they are creating it which you already create. As Krishna says, Nimitta Matra Bhav Savya Sachin. Maya Nihita Purva. Says, I have already killed them. You just take the credit. So that is the Pishtapeshan Nyaya. Kalayatam Samhratinam Antakadikan Namapi Kala. So Kala hai Kalayatam. So Kala also means to kill. The word kill comes from Kala. Kala. Kala kills. So Kala is that which kills. In time everybody gets killed in due course of time. Therefore you say now his time has come and it's time to die. So time is the killer for everyone, but you are the killer of the time. Means Yamaraj also dies. Yamaraj is supposed to be the Antaka, the Lord of Death. So you are the death for him. Samharta Ishas Tatra Samartha. So you are capable of that. Aham to Antak Samharya. And who am I? I am killed by the killer. And you are the killer of the killer. So how can I compete with you? Tatha Atmanam Jivanam Para Atma Aham to Eko Jiva. And you are the Paramatma of all the Jivas. And I am just one Jiva among them. Yasya sadutkalitaro kataksha mokshaihi vartmadishat kshubhita kriti mangilobdi setu krita swayasha ujjvalita chalanka rakshasya ramsi bhuvi peturishukshatani. So now he is remembering the pastime of Bhagavan Ram. So he says, Yasya ishatu utkalita rosha kataksha mokshai vartmadishat shubhitan nakrati mingalo abdhi. So abdhi means ocean. And Bhagavan Ram wanted to cross the ocean to go to Lanka. But how to go? So he asked the ocean that please give me the way. But ocean did not listen because ocean is jada. So jala and jada. So then he sat in meditation praying to him. Ocean did not listen. So then he said, okay, he needs medicine. So he got angry, and when he lifted his eyebrow, Kataksha Moksha, he looked out of anger, then the ocean got worried and all the big fish, crocodiles, everyone was agitated. Then he gave him the path. And Setu Krita Swayasha Ujjvalita, then he made a bridge over it and then burnt the Lanka. And the heads of the Rakshasas fell on the ground by his sharp arrows. So basically he is describing what he witnessed. Because he met Ram only when Sita was kidnapped by Ravana. And he met, because they were all friends with Sugriva. Sugriva was the king of all these monkeys. So Jvalita ईसद उत्कलित उद्दीप्त योरोषस्तेन ये कटाक्ष मोक्षस्तैक्षुभिता. So Bhagavan Ram became little angry, and then he looked at the ocean with anger. So then all the nakra, all the aquatics, they got agitated. Then the ocean gave the path. Adishad dadam. Tathapi tasmin yena svayasayeva setu krita. But still he did not go by walk. To spread his fame, he made a bridge which is called Rama-setu. And then he burned the Lanka, Utkarshena Jvalita Dagdha. So Lanka was not burnt by Ram, Lanka was burnt by Hanuman. But it was burnt by Ram in the sense that he showed his supremacy over the Rakshasas. That is the meaning of Ujjvalita, Utkarshena Jvalita Dagdha. Yena ishubhi kshatani saiva mat prabhu stvamiti jane. And then he killed the Rakshasas. So he says, now I recognize that you are the same Lord who has come here in front of me and fighting with me. So I am fortunate to see you again. Iti vigyata vijnanam vriksharajanam achyutah vyajahara maharaja bhagavan devaki sutaha. So when Bhagavan Achyuta was understood in this way by Rikshraj Jambavan, so Vigyata Vijnanam Rikshrajanam Achyuta. So he spoke to the king of the bears, Rikshraj, who was Vigyata Vijnanam, who has understood the knowledge of Bhagavan Krishna. So Vyajahara Maharaja, then son of Devaki, Krishna spoke to him in this way. Vigyatam swameva anubhutam vishishta jnanam bhagavatvam yena tam. So Vigyatam here means that he has the direct experience of him, or that he is Bhagavan. To him, Rikshrajam, he spoke Shankarena Panina Sprishtvayati, by touching him with his auspicious hand, Bhaktasya Tasya Angavyatha Upshamita. So this is in the next verse. Abhimirshya Arvindaksha Paninam Sankarena Tam Kripya Parya Bhaktam Prema Gambhirya Gira. So then he touched him, and by his touch he removed all his fatigue. It's by his touch. So therefore Krishna's hand is called Shankara. Shankara means Shamkaroti to Shankara, that which bring peace. So all the limbs which were troubled, now they all became normal. And then out of great compassion, Sri Krishna spoke to him in a very deep, affectionate voice. So he told him, Mani hetoriha prapta vayam vrikshapate bilam mithyabhishapam pramrijan atmano mani namuna. So he told him straightforward that, look, I have come here to take this gem. That's my purpose of coming. And that's why I entered your hole, this cave. Why is that? Why do you want to take this? He says, mithyabhishapam pramrijan, because people are putting false blame on me that I have taken away this. So I want to clear that. And therefore, I want this gem, because if I take it, then I can prove that I have not done anything like this. Vayam bhava eva bilam prapta staham iha pravishta iti shesha pramrijan pramashta. So he says that many of us came, but I only entered inside the bill. Others are waiting outside. Ityukta swam duhitaram kanyam jambavatim muda arhanartham samanina krishnaya upajaharaha. So when he was spoken like this, then Jambavan, what he did, that he gave him the gem. He gave him 2 gems. He gave him the Samantak gem and he gave him the Jambavati gem. He said, I was actually looking for a suitable husband for my daughter, and now you have come. So my job is done, my worry is over, so I offer my daughter also to you in marriage as a worship. So not only I am giving you dan, I am also giving you dakshina. So take the gem and have my daughter. So in this way, Krishnaya upajaharaha. So he offered both the gem and the Jambavati. So Krishna was happy, he came to take one and he got 2. Now he describes what happened to the people who were waiting at the gate. What did they do? Swadrishtva nirgamam shaurehe pravishtasya bilam janaha pratiksha dvadashahani dukkhita svapuram yayuhu. So when they saw that Krishna has not returned for 12 days, they waited. Because he went inside, they thought he will come back. So 1 hour, 2 hours, 1 day, 2 days, 12 days passed. So then they thought some problem. So therefore they became very unhappy and went back to their city, Dwarka. And then what did they do there? So that is being described. So Nishamya Devaki Devi Rukmanyanak Dundhubihi Sruido Gyatavayo Shochan Bilat Krishnam Nirgatam. So when Devaki Devi and others, Rukmani, Vasudev and all other family members, relatives, they heard that Krishna has not come out from the bill, from this hole, then they all became very grievous. Everybody was distressed. And Shatrajitam Shapantaste Dukkhita Dvarakaukasha Upatastur Mahamayam Durgam Krishna Uplabdhe. So they were all cursing Satrajit, that it is all because of him, because he was unnecessarily blaming Krishna. And therefore all the residents of Dwarka, they became very unhappy. So what they did, that they went to the temple of Durga Devi, Mahamaya, and they started worshipping her, forgetting Krishna. So Krishna uplabdhaye upatasthu. So they all do big puja to Durga Devi, that please bring us Krishna safely. And she did it. So whether she did it or it was just coincidence, but it happened. When they were worshipping, then Krishna appeared there. So tesham tu devi upasthanat pratyadishtashisha sacha pradurbabhuva siddhartham sadaro harshen harihi. So when they worshipped the Devi like this, then by the blessings of Devi, Bhagavan Krishna came. Their worship was successful. So pradurbabhuva siddhartha. So siddhartha means that their wish was fulfilled, and then Krishna appeared there, and now he was along with his another wife, Sadaro Harshayan Hari. So he was giving pleasure to everybody. Everybody became so happy that he has arrived there. So Devya Pratyadishta Pratyakshi Bhuya Dattaya Ashi. So he is commenting on the word Pratyadishta, that Pratyadishta, he says that Devi actually became manifest there directly and blessed them and said, don't worry, Krishna will come. Yasi Krishna Ayata Prayati. He says, he's just coming, just wait. And when she was saying this, then Krishna appeared there. Ashisha Asavaiti Pathe Asavaiti Harer Visheshnam Pranatulli. So there is a different reading. Some books, there is a Ashisha Asava. Instead of Ashisha Sacha, Ashisha Asava. Asava means life, means Krishna, who is like the life of the people of resident. He appeared by the blessing of Durga Devi. So this is also an interesting story which gives us a little bit of idea of devotion of Vrajvasis and Dwarkavasis. So we saw that when Krishna jumped into Kaliya lake, then everybody came running and they all fainted and they wanted to jump also and commit suicide, because how can we live without Krishna? And then we see that Krishna goes inside and they wait outside. Nobody says, let's go and check inside. They could have gone and got some light and gone inside to check, but they actually, here it is not described, but I think in Harivansh Puran they put a big stone on the entrance and went to Dwarka, and then they are praying. Whether they are praying or other people are praying, but and then they are praying instead of going there and running to that place. So these are stories also to make us understand that what is Uttama Braj Bhakti, and this is also Uttama Bhakti. They are all Uttama Bhaktas, but the distinction is there. When Krishna was there in Braj, you don't hear anything that anybody criticized him or anything, although he was playing many pranks. And here he did not do anything and he got criticized. And it was not that it's just Satyajit who was criticizing him, but there are many people. But in Vraja, even he stole the dress of the gopis, but even they did not criticize. Or he was going around breaking pots, stealing butter and so on. So they have so much love for him. So therefore it is said that Yad Dhamarth Sruit Tanaya Pranashaya Stvat Krite. So everything is for the sake of Krishna only, they don't live for themselves. So such a thing is not possible in Vraj, but it's possible in Dwarka. So both are devotees and both are eternal associates. They are all Siddhas, Nitya Bhaktas, Nitya Parshadas, and all Uttam Bhaktas, but still the difference is shown there. Same in Rāsa-līlā also, Bhagavan Ram was also criticized. It was not only the washerman who was criticizing, but also many other people. Washerman became the person through whom he came to know, but criticism was going on. So that you can see the distinction. between the mood of devotees there and devotees here. So that is also the intention of telling this story, to understand, because this contrast is shown. Yes, from the very beginning various grades of devotees are discussed, and then we come to 10th canto, and then the description of Vrajvasis and their devotion. Now we come out of Vraja again, and that contrast is depicted here. So that's important to understand. So we'll stop here if there is any question to ask. Aditya.
Babaji, could you please explain again what this Pishta is?
Pishtapesanyaya simply means to do something which has been already done. Means there's already somebody has made a paste and then you are trying to grind that. So it's called grinding the flour. Not the grinding the grains, but grinding what is already powder, or grinding what is already paste.
So does this become something that's kind of fruitless to do? Like it's just
Yeah, it means
laboring the fruit?
it means fruitless act. That's what it means.
Okay.
Trying to prove it. It comes mainly in philosophy when you're trying to prove something which is already proven. So then you say, oh, this is Pishtapeshana. You're trying to establish something which is well known. Means it's futile effort.